Chemotherapy is one of the most commonly used cancer treatments, and also the one that many people worry about most. For many people, the word alone brings worries about side effects, daily life during treatment, or simply the fear of the unknown. So in this video, I want to walk you through what it is, why it's used, how it's given, and what you actually need to know. The aim here isn't to overwhelm you with detail, but instead to help you feel informed, prepared, and hopefully a little bit more confident if you or a loved one are facing this at what is already probably a very, very challenging time for you. I'm Dr. Donovan, a licensed UK medical doctor with over 10 years of clinical experience, and I want to start off by explaining what chemotherapy is as well as why it's used. So to begin with, chemotherapy is a treatment that uses medicines to kill cancer cells or stop them from dividing. It's used to treat many different types of cancer, and whether it's recommended for you depends on several factors, including the type of cancer, how far it's spread, as well as your overall health. Now, chemotherapy isn't used in just one way. Sometimes it's given with the aim of curing cancer, where that is possible. In other cases, it's used after surgery or radiotherapy to reduce the chance of the cancer coming back. It can also be used to shrink a cancer, to slow its growth, or to relieve symptoms, even when a cure isn't possible. And chemotherapy may be given on its own or alongside other treatments such as surgery or radiotherapy as mentioned. Now, it's also worth briefly mentioning that some chemotherapy medications are used outside of cancer care. So for example, in certain autoimmune conditions where the immune system attacks the body's own tissues. So in this sense, it is not only a cancer treatment. So now we've covered what chemotherapy is and why it's used, I want to just pause briefly. If you've had chemotherapy or you're going through it now, you may be able to help someone else by sharing your experience in the comments. What helped you cope? What surprised you? What do you wish you'd known earlier? Many people read the comments before starting treatment, and hearing from other people who are going through this can make a huge difference. And if you're about to start chemotherapy and feeling anxious, you're very welcome to say that too. You are not alone, and this is designed as a safe space. With that in mind, let's move on to hear how chemotherapy is actually given. So now we've talked about why chemotherapy is used, the next step is understanding how it is delivered. There are many different chemotherapy medications and several different ways of having them. The exact approach depends on the type of cancer as well as which medicines are most effective for it. Now, most people have chemotherapy in hospital or in a clinic, but some types can actually be taken at home. Chemotherapy is usually given in cycles, often over several months. This means that you will have a period of treatment followed by a planned break of days or sometimes weeks. Now, these breaks aren't a sign that treatment has stopped. They're actually built in to allow your body time to recover. Now, the most common ways chemotherapy is given is through a thin tube into a vein, usually in the arm. This is connected to a drip or a pump. Treatment might last from 30 minutes to several hours, or sometimes continue over a few days. Another option is an injection given into a vein, muscle, or under the skin. These are often quick and may take only a few minutes. Some people, on the other hand, are given a wearable pump. A small needle goes into a vein and connects to a portable pump that you can take home. This slowly delivers chemotherapy over a few days. And some chemotherapy comes as tablets or capsules taken at home. Even then, you'll still have regular hospital or clinic appointments to monitor side effects as well as check blood tests. Whichever method you're given, you should be told exactly how it works and who to contact if there is a problem. So now that we've covered how chemotherapy is delivered, let's talk about what happens before each treatment. Well, before starting chemotherapy, your care team will explain your treatment plan and answer any questions that you might have. Now, this is usually the right time to ask about side effects that you might experience, what you can do to prepare, and who to contact urgently if you feel unwell during your chemotherapy treatment. Now, some chemotherapy medications can affect fertility either temporarily or, unfortunately, permanently. If having children in the future is important to you, please do ask your treatment team early about options such as egg or sperm storage. Before each cycle, your team may ask you about side effects, check your height and weight to calculate the correct dose, do blood tests to check your blood cells, and arrange scans or x-rays to see how well treatment is working. Now, these checks help to ensure that treatment is as safe and effective as possible. Now, with this background in mind, it's important to talk about pregnancy, sex, and contraception because this is a key issue that many people want to talk about but sometimes feel too embarrassed to talk about. Chemotherapy medications can be very harmful to an unborn baby. If there's any chance you could be pregnant, please tell your care team straight away. You may be asked to have a pregnancy test before treatment. Now, it's essential to use reliable contraception during chemotherapy if you could become pregnant or could get a partner pregnant, even if your periods stop or fertility is reduced. If you're unsure what applies to you, your care team can talk this through with you in a clear and practical way, and please don't be embarrassed to bring this issue up with them. It's something that they will deal with more often than you think. So now that we've talked about how chemotherapy is planned and delivered, let's talk honestly about potential side effects. Chemotherapy can cause side effects, but experiences do vary widely. No one person is the same. Common side effects can include tiredness, nausea, which is feeling sickly or vomiting, a sore mouth or throat, increased risk of infections, and anemia causing breathlessness or palpitations. You may also experience easy bruising or bleeding, constipation or diarrhea, temporary hair loss, numbness or tingling in the hands or feet, or even changes in memory or concentration, and an increased risk of blood clots. Now, this might sound like a long list, but like I mentioned, every person is different and no one person will experience the same side effects. Now, some side effects start during treatment, others appear later, and most improve after chemotherapy finishes, although some can sometimes last longer. Always tell your care team about the side effects because there are often treatments and adjustments that can help. Now, this brings us to one of the most important parts of this video, and that is when you need to seek urgent help. You should contact your care team urgently if you're having chemotherapy and you develop a high temperature or feel hot, cold, sweaty, or shivery. You have signs of infection such as a sore throat, cough, diarrhea, or pain when passing urine. If you have any pain, swelling, redness, or warmth in a leg or an arm, or you've got sudden breathlessness, sharp chest pain, or you're coughing up blood. These can be signs of an infection or a blood clot, both of which need urgent treatment. If you're not sure how to contact your own team, call NHS 111 if you're in the UK. So now that we've covered the important medical side, it's also important to talk about support. Chemotherapy can affect not just your body, but your emotions, your relationships, work, as well as your sense of normality. Feeling anxious or overwhelmed at times is completely understandable. Your care team can talk to you about local support services, as well as national charities. Here in the UK, we've got Macmillan Cancer Support and Cancer Research UK, both of whom offer excellent information, helplines, and online forums. I'll link to more trusted resources in the description box so you can explore these in your own time. And finally, if you're supporting someone through chemotherapy, be it a friend, a family member, you also matter. Caring can be really emotionally demanding and help is available. I'll also include links below specifically for family members, friends, and carers. And if you found this video helpful, why not check out this video next?